Hello, hello. Hey, Sinistello. You have mashed that first button. You are the victor. No one can take that from you. They will at best be second now. We don't have too long today to finish up. You were absolutely mashing. Here I was thinking I was kidding. It is just after 1 o'clock, and I have to stop at probably like 3:45. Twitch didn't even update that the Steam was up. Stream was up. Yeah, Kevin's just got excuses. See, this is what I was saying, Sinistello. People are going to try to take your victory from you. Don't let them. All right, read the rest of the code. Let's go do that. So we cannot read these files, or well, don't have to read them. Can't understand Spanish to begin with. We now have the new menu. I think it's good. Yeah. Oh, there's even a tooltip for it. Man, this is going to be a ton of work to localize, right? Yeah, it's going to be a ton of work. Mind launching the game in the main branch and looking at the town hall. Let me guess, the outline shader is totally busted. uh, Figure out why the town hall is broken on the main branch. Yeah, I'll take a look. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll take a look at it in a little bit. It's funny if we get a genuine reaction. Yeah, I will show it after this. I just want to make sure I'm getting done with this stuff. Okay, set locale I18 and functions. This is done through here, which then sets it through the code. Okay. Why does this not call on translation changed? Or is this listened from somewhere else? Maybe town listens to this? Yeah, I see. Okay, that's fine. All right, yep, I'm happy with that. Okay, I looked through this stuff and I think this was good too. Yep, it's good. Okay, locale data is next. Although I don't think there's anything questionable in here. Yeah. Might be worth switching that this is ENUS. I am almost certainly not gonna localize this for British English. Actually, I wonder how many games do that. Because there are probably some slight differences, but I don't think it's worth it. Yeah. All right, locale starts off as English. That's another thing I wonder about too. If you're distributing this game in, let's say, Korea, do you upload a special build to the Steam store that has it defaulted to Korean? Wonder how we do that. Game settings already had fallback equals the end. Oh, I think it's fine. I don't think it's a problem. This looks good. This is presumably fine. Game settings section. Battle results settings. What was that? Hide battle results settings. Oh, neat. Yeah. I guess if we can just default it to the language, that would be good. We should probably track that somewhere. Yeah, I should look into whether we can default the language to the player's OS setting. That way we don't show English for something like a French player's game. All right, where might you be called? Don't show these game settings. Ah, I see. Yeah, that's good. Set up language controls. I mean, it looked like it worked, so I'm not going to read that too closely. Update language controls state. What does that do? Oh, this is from loading? Yeah. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Probably good. So this is it. I just need to run this. Tools, internationalization. I18n.sh. Does that get checked in? It does. Huh. Okay, I'm just gonna check this in as like make script executable. Chmod plus X. Okay, so now I can actually run it like this. This makes me think it does not work from Z shell. But it's supposed to run from bash anyway. Yeah, I mean, I see a bunch of usage things printing out here. All right, so by default, it runs generate. Yeah, here it is. Run generate, plot generate. That's Mac OS. Like I said, I think we should probably switch this to a C# script. But I don't want to change the whole PR for this, so I think this is just probably going to be follow-up work, and I'll just merge this as is and assume this works on Windows. I assume real path is different. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Return resolved physical path. So here it just takes in a path, and -m is not a thing. Yeah, I don't think -m is a thing. Oh, and it even says that legal option M. So it's just real path. So if I got rid of this, not that I'm suggesting I'm going to do this for everything, but yeah, let's try running that now. It's got to have -q. Warnings will not be printed when it fails. All right, I don't know, but I'm not going to worry about this. Yeah. Let's revert that. Cool. Yeah, it doesn't even run on Mac OS due to RealPath having different arguments. Argos. All right, so we're done with this. We tried this. Checking my changes. Let's go do that. So this is, tabbing changed. But I did change some little things here and there. I'm not going to read through all of these again. I'm going to assume that they're just typos and stuff anyway. Yeah. Okay, so slightly improve README. I just added small clarifications, fixed some typos, etc. No, it's no problem, Kevin. I think part of it is we do have a precedent of having some shell scripts, but I don't think anyone else is running any of these. And yeah, this is the first one that other people are going to run. So I wrote these other ones because I was like, it's just got to work for me. Let's just do it as fast as possible. And also because there was something about reading files from C# or modifying. I had to do something from C#. I don't remember what it was that I think was more difficult. But yeah, hey Matt, how you doing? Happy Friday. All right, none of this should even be here. What does you mean? Untracked. Yeah, this shouldn't be here. Okay, town. Oh boy. Town changed in ways I'm not going to check in. And then I changed a couple of little things here. Yeah, this was important. This is very important. Properly replace format placeholder. We were only replacing name, not name. Or like prop, not prop. Okay. And then what else? I've got one little change here for some reason. Oh, it's not needed. Okay, so we push this back and we go check it in. And I'm going to just copy paste my notes here. Yeah. This is great, and thanks for looking into this and writing the documentation. Here are my notes that probably shouldn't. Well, I guess copy as markdown. My notes, no need to act on these right now. Yeah. All right, now we merge this. And I gotta file these at some point, so I'm just gonna move these down here. All right, figure out why the town hall is broken. Oh boy. Let's go take a look. We might need to, I might need to reload the project. Let me do that. Hey, at least the game builds faster. Happy about that. Honestly, I will probably save something on the order of a small number of minutes every day, which is significant. Okay, so town hall. Oh no. I'm guessing the tavern also is broken? No, it isn't. Cannot use Sprite 2D's region enabled that Atlas texture. Wait, so that means that the town hall is using both of them? Town hall has a building here, which is, what is this? Just an image texture, right? Doesn't even have region enabled. What? Yeah, that's peculiar. It does have a shader material though, and it's set to expand. I don't have that error printing out. Oh, this isn't set to crop. But it shouldn't need to be set to crop. Is it not centered? It's not centered, that's why. Yeah, we gotta center this. Okay, now we just drag this down here and it should be fine. Although we may also need to change some other things too. But yeah, that should fix it. Yeah, our things only work with centered sprites. Can you grab most things? Yeah, I'll try that out. Let me just build the town hall again and make sure it's looking good now. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, cool. Grab most things that broke. Need to figure out where this is coming from. Click this. Let's just type name here. Active crystal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we never outline those. In fact, why do we crop their sprites if we don't outline them? It's kind of peculiar. This also would need to change in all the other town hall levels, by the way, so I gotta go do that. So building needs to be centered. These all inherit from the same scene, so I guess it's just this that needs to change, but it did change. All right, well. There we go. And then Town Hall 3, same deal. Okay, now ideally, we would see something in common with all of those that we could see that we have the right locations. And I guess we can get the size of the sprite and figure it out from that. We need the texture size. So Town Hall 0. I gotta load this up. Can you see it in the editor? 92 by 54. 92 by 54. So it'd be 46 by 27. 46 by 27. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. 46 by 27. So what we need to do is move it by, yeah, half of that, right? So this one was correct. 27, we're off by 2 pixels. This should have been 59. It probably is going to look exactly the same or almost exactly the same because it's just 2 pixels. Yeah, I don't see a difference. Hey, Lemon. It's going well. I'm making some progress. Okay, so that was that one. Now we need to do the same thing with the other two. Oh, wait, only Town Hall level was modified because what Town Hall level uses one of the buildings and Town Hall level 1 inherits from it and then doesn't do anything different. Yeah, that's fine. Town Hall level 2. All right, this is 138 by 81. So it's 69 by 40. So we raised this by 70. So 69 by 40. Yeah, so I was off by 1 pixel in each direction. And then the final one is here. This should be 94 by 54. 94 by 54. So 94. I got that exact. And 54, I'm off by 1. Okay, so now all these should look exactly like how they used to. Not that anyone's going to notice because they're off by 1 pixel and you wouldn't know what they look like before, but they look like they fit within the region and that's all that really matters. So Town Hall is fixed. Now the next thing we need to fix is the, what was it? Active crystal? Active crystal is what active crystal? Oh, I see. Why does it have texture crop on it? Because of the region, maybe? What if I just remove these? Probably gonna break everything. All right, well, I need to close this and I need to close this. Let's try that again now. All right, so now we shouldn't see an error. Did we? No, no error, but does the crystal work? Yeah, it's got that jitter. I think that's probably why we did that. Although now that I think about it, we could control this via a shader. And then we shouldn't have that problem at all. The only issue is I need to write that shader. I don't feel like doing this right now. I also am going to delete these spell crystals altogether anyway. You're just going to have the mana crystal, which would still need a shader. What do I want to do? I mean, does this jitter? It probably does at a certain zoom level. Yeah, I think we just need to convert it to a shader no matter what. So let's just allow for some jitter for right now. And it's not the end of the world. I can't even get it to jitter though. Yeah, I can't even get it to happen. It's only under very specific conditions. More obvious with these. But like I said, that's going to change. All right, I think we just check this in for now. It fixes the issue. Actually, wait a second. This was working before when we just considered it to have the Atlas texture thing. So we could just do that. I just don't feel like worrying about this. Good feature upgrade, shaders. Well, in this case, it'd be getting rid of jitter, so I think it is worth it. Oh, the jitter's really only apparent on this one. And not even in all zoom level. It's so hard to repro that. So whatever. All right, we're going to check this in. Fix issue. Actually, let's do this. Fix town hall outline. The sprites needed to be centered to work with our outline shader. And then the enchanter crystal is fix enchanter crystal. We use both an atlas texture and sprite 2D's region property, which causes an exception to be thrown. Something I recently added. Well, an exception that I recently added to be thrown. Yeah. I should just file the task now. Replace the crystal, the mana crystals like fill effect with a shader. It's just too subject to becoming jittery for us to use the region approach. And then we got to put a breakpoint, or not a breakpoint, we got to put a link to cropped texture. So texture extensions, I think. Is that what that is? No, it's the other thing. What is it? Crop. Oh, wait a sec. Don't animated sprite 2Ds have the same problem as whatever I was doing with... Actually, do animated sprite 2Ds even have a problem? Let me take a look at this. Animated sprite 2D. Does it have a region? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, good. Thank goodness. All right, so what is that thing about regions? Region dot has value. There, right there. So it's in texture crop sprite 2D, yeah. Okay, it's just too subject to becoming jittery for us to use the region approach. And I don't... Actually, that's pretty much it. It doesn't matter about this thing that I just said, because I think this was jittery even beforehand. Yeah, so I don't really need to include anything else here. So 812. I filed 812 to switch to a shader eventually anyway. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for pointing those out though, Kevin. Definitely good. All right, so that's done. It's about time I do this. We're not using K for anything, the K key on the keyboard, and I have a K key on my mouse. So I'm finally gonna bind this to the debug key. I've been dying to do this. And it's so easy. We just need to search for debug and then add another key, keyboard key. Can I just do this? Yeah, done. All right, so now when we run the game, now I can use one hand and I can use the debug menu. And I can be leaning forward like this, totally engaged, and be like, grant some items, and then close the menu. And look at that. Perfect. I am checking this in. I am serious about this. And just hopefully we never need K for anything else. As an alternative debug key, I have a K key on my mouse, which is why I wanted to make this change. Clean up any remaining phishing stuff. Go through Redbeard notes and pile them as issues. Consider these things. Okay, so we've got about 2 hours left. And we're finally in good shape. So there are a lot of different things we could potentially do here. What were the things I had here? Get ready for Steam festivals. After the festivals, figure out what we need to do. We prioritize this. Well, I didn't do that. YouTube video, we're working on that. We'll probably need to test some new systems. Yep, we're going to do that. Process feedback. I've gotten, I think, 5 more responses. Yeah. I'll look through those eventually. Kind of want to make these enchanter changes. Hey, Corey. Glad to catch one live for the first time in a while. Yeah, welcome. Hope you're having a good Friday. Things have been going pretty well so far over here. Yeah, I kind of want to do this. God, we're going to make shaders for everything now, aren't we? So I think it'd be cool. I don't know if we're going to make this change now. I'm actually not sure what I want to do exactly. But this particular change, I should probably file an issue on. I want the spell books themselves to get cast and not for them to need these spell crystals here, which is a pretty big change to the enchanter. And maybe they should look like they're open. Do we have a graphic for that? It's actually probably not that hard to make a graphic for that. Like that's something maybe I could even do. But do we have it? I don't see books over here. I think it's in the marketplace one. Yeah, let's go find that. Game assets, world, market, Alice. We have that. So we do have an open book. Yeah, so what I was here's what I'm torn on. I know this is really minor, but the books themselves all have a very easily distinguishable color. And when it's open, we could make it glow in that color. But if we didn't have it glow in that color, it might not be obvious which book is which. You could hover over them and you could see. So I don't think it'd be a big deal no matter what. Yeah, I kind of like that. You click this, it plays a book opening sound or a spellcast sound. It opens the book, and then it glows for some amount of time, shows the time, etc., etc. Yeah. So is this worth doing today? I'm gonna file an issue on this for sure. So get rid of spell crystals. Let's just type all this in VS Code. How about the ribbon can be in book color? Yeah, that could be the case. We could change this. It's such a small part of the graphic that I wasn't sure it'd be very apparent. But yeah, that's something we could potentially do. Okay, so change the enchanter's text to fit the new world of casting spells. What are we going to do? Get rid of spell crystals. When clicking a book, switch to the open book graphic from the marketplace. Consider making the, I don't know what that is, a bookmark, white in the graphic so that we can modulate it via code to match the book color. And then make the book glow while its spell is active. Maybe the glow can fade as the spell gets closer to completion. And what else? I think that's it. Is that it? Did I write anything else here? I'll just copy paste this all over here. Rationale. The enchanter is a little bit confusing for people between having two different kinds of crystals and having stackable spells. And we'll eventually do this, which will let you increase the power of individual spells to make up for the lack of stacking them. Any chance of finding a quest item somewhere? Okay, this is different. Yeah, this is different. We can't delete that one. Okay, so that's done, I think. I don't think I've ever used the enchanter while playing. Kind of forgot it's there. And when I do remember, I've been at the end of the demo. Yeah, part of the reason though is that one of the big things we wanted to do with it is not there. So there are two things this is going to do for you. One, it's going to remind you that the enchanter exists every time you upgrade a perk. And two, it's going to make the enchanter more appealing to use because the spells will be more powerful. Right now, you unlock the enchanter close enough toward the end of the demo where it's just not that needed. But if you were to play for another 5 hours or something, you'd probably click it every once in a while. We'll also probably change which spells are there. So I was thinking of like a time warp spell, which maybe makes like battles go at 2x speed for the next 30 seconds. I don't think I played the game. You need to cast a different spell for that. The download executable spell. So yeah, I want to keep thinking about how these things work because I don't like how Loot Magnet works right now. I think it's unfun to have a 1/3 chance of something happening because that means that most of the time it's not going to happen. And sometimes you won't notice that it's happening or you'll forget. You have to like time it with the end of a battle. I don't think there's, yeah. I don't think there's a lot that's going well in that system. Also, what did I just check in? Oh yeah. Yeah, so get rid of spell crystals. We should probably just do this now. Alternatively, I'd be doing cleanup tasks, I guess, like refactoring stuff. And I just don't think that's that interesting for right now. Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's tackle this. All right, cool. Well, get rid of spell crystals. That part's easy. We just delete them. Spell crystal. There's also a script for this, right? Yeah, and this presumably has it's not that it has no reason to exist. It's just that a lot of this functionality is going to be lumped into the spell books. And we thankfully do have spell book as a class. So what happens right now? How does this work? You have a bunch of spell crystals. Man, so silly that this even existed this way. All right, well, those are gone. Position of, oh yeah, that's right. You don't upgrade the enchanter anymore by doing this. You just build it and then you're done. Get rid of the ability to upgrade the enchanter. We're going to eventually put in perks, but you'll just start with the perk board probably. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so position of next crystal is not a thing. Crystal save data. Oh man. Okay, we do need save data, but it's going to have to be in spell books, not in crystals. So this is going to break everybody's save data. Alternatively, we could find a way to migrate between them, but I just don't want to spend the time doing that. So what was in spell crystal? We had a timer on spell expired, active spell. This concept of active spell doesn't need to be there anymore because each book will only cast its own spell. Oh, this does open up another potential problem, which I don't think is a potential problem because we already accounted for this. But in the old system, you could have up to 3 of any spell cast, and you could have any combination of spells cast. In this new system, you can have exactly 0 or 1 of each spell cast. And this is also true. You can have any combination of spells cast. So like you have 1 of each, which is kind of encapsulated in that first thing. If we added new spells, we just need to keep in mind that you can combine them in any way. Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. And if it is a problem, I guess we could artificially limit that, but it'd probably be a bad idea to do that. So yeah, the concept of active spell can go away. And what was that? It was a spell ID? All right, let's just comment it out for now. On spell expires. Now a spell book is going to have this. So you're casting right from here. And then whether or not it's on needs to be set. This could be set to none. So yeah, I guess we need to know, is this active? Is active. Did we have that over here? We had active spell. That's pretty similar. Okay. Duration string. Yeah, let's get that. Where do we have any properties now? Time spans. We need a timer for this. That's fine. Someone published a PR with item stacking. Oh man, nice. By the way, Kevin, I think you mentioned. Oh, there are a couple things I want to follow up on. One is something about the extractor and dragging items. Where was that? Here. No, this. I was about to implement item stacking. When dropping at the extractor, notice something. If the player drops an item that would fill the pond, do we just buffer that? Is this something you acted on or something that I should act on? Yeah, he definitely knows about this. And then I have another thought. I didn't do anything on that. Wanted to ask. I can do it if you want. Okay. It probably makes sense for you to do it. So I'll say Kevin will handle this. And I'll just put a check mark here for now. But then there was something else I wanted to mention. I think you mentioned that you were working on. Oh, right. You're working on the item actions menu next. Because I was going to say something that would be good to have is the adventurer progression stuff. But there's a lot of design work that needs to go into that. Because right now we have this concept of scales, and I'm eventually going to add in rare items. Then we'll have the concept of skill gems, and then we'll have the concept of power gems, and you'll eventually have food as well from the farm. And then nothing you can do with any of these. We eventually need to work on the adventure progression stuff, and that is here. But we haven't really finished figuring out what it even looks like, I guess. But yeah, I think taking up pretty much the full screen makes sense. And then, I don't know. There's a lot of thought we got to put into that. But does that sound interesting to you? Because I don't want you to have to just take on all these sucky tasks, and I could look into this too and try to figure out what we want to do. In the meantime, let's get cooking on these spells. So we need a timer in the spell book. All right, so our duration string thing should be okay. Yep, good. Save data says whether it's active and how much time is left. Yep, let's go put that in there. This is not Enchanter's Crystal save data. It's not Enchanter's spell book save data, which we don't even have. Had a prototype of having tabs for battle map and adventures. So I can throw it all together for the UI part. Yeah, and if you want, I can. Well, okay, I guess there were two parts. One is like, how do you view these dialogues, and then what do these dialogues look like? So the tab thing that you just mentioned kind of covers this. But what do the dialogues look like? We have that mock-up, but I think what I want is maybe like one level closer to the real thing. So that we can kind of see how this would feel. Like we just slap a bunch of buttons and stuff together, or use Excalidraw or something like that. The fishing pond doesn't clear the ground. I don't think, what is going on right now? There. Yeah, it just renders over it. Yeah, there is no ground clearing. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I cleared anything. And yeah, part of the reason why is because I just never there's nothing here. I think, and by the way, we might want to, yeah, we might want to change a bunch of stuff. Like I don't know if we want to change trees around it or whatever, I'll just add it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and if I work on farming, which I might start next week, I'm not sure, but if I work on farming, I'll just do it in another scene completely, so it won't touch any of the town stuff until you're done with your town stuff. You can put trees there and then remove them when someone builds it. Yeah, 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 that's the plan. I mean, that's what happens with the town hall right now. Like we have a tree there and there and there and there, and then once you build this, they all go away. So we're probably gonna do that same thing. The issue we kind of have, and it's not a huge issue, is that you can't really programmatically do this without it having to like fill in some details again. So like let's say we did need a lamp post to go like here. Like we can't just cut out the top of the tree. We'd have to cut out the whole tree. And then this would just be blank green space. So now it would look bare. So like we need to replace it with maybe a flower or a bush or something like that. So that's yeah, we just need to make sure everything fits. Okay. We are making good progress. I think we could probably complete a lot of this by the end of the stream, which ooh, I really hope I saved that. Yeah, I think I did. Moves everything around the pond. Yeah, it's not going to be the most fun to work on, I think. All right, so Spell Crystal did this, but this inherited from something. The spell books don't inherit from anything. Well, they do, but they don't have it ready in them. So I guess we can just put this here. All right, we're making good progress. Cast spell, what does that do? Doesn't the book have a cast spell? It doesn't. It has a clicked though. It just invokes it unclicked. And what, the enchanter den would know that you clicked it and then call cast spell on the appropriate spell crystal? Clicked spell book. Spell crystal. So got an inactive spell crystal. It checked to make sure you had enough mana. So we still have to do some of this stuff. Yeah. What was this for? Oh, interesting. Yeah, cool. Wish I could start learning Godot with some change of cosmetic. What do you mean about the change of cosmetic bid? Because you can start learning Godot. You can start this weekend if you want. You can start now if you want. Yeah. All right, what do we want to do here? We still, I guess, wanted to go into onclicked, but we needed to... Wait. Something called cast spell. Here it was. So I think we need the same function over here in spellbook now. Oh, I see. Making the tree into a bush or something. Yeah, well, if you were to do it through the editor, it is really easy. You just click the bush tile and then draw it wherever you want. It's making it look good when we're replacing one scene with another. That's a little bit hard to do. And even then, it's not like it's impossible or something. It's just a little tedious. Sometimes a lot tedious. All right, so spell data. We don't have this set crystal texture thing. We do want a glow to be there. Then this would just say is active equals true. Set crystal fill percent. We don't have that concept. We probably should just write something like to do make this glow. Duration of enchant. Duration of spell. Just duration is fine. In fact, if it's constant, then let's just put it here. All right. Why did we even get spell data then? What was the point of that? Because we got which crystal rectangle this came from? Because of a color? Oh my goodness. Oh boy. All right, yeah, we don't need the crystal rectangle anymore. We would probably need to replace it with a color though, so I'll write that down, spell data. Oh, and then we got to bump the save file thing. Bump save version to make this incompatible with the old version. Change this to add a spell color for the glow. Is that a way to something like Storybook for React components? And is Godot to... I think what you're asking is there an equivalent of Storybook? And I think the equivalent would just be to do what you do for Storybook, just like instantiate them in some blank area. With React, I think one of the reasons it's a little easier is because everything's declarative. So for you to just like plop in your UI thing somewhere and fill it with dummy data is a little easier. In Godot, you probably coupled it to other things just because Godot is everything all at once and not just the front end. All right, we're making our way through this. I know there's a lot of red. There will be a lot of red. This is update crystal fill percentage. We don't have to do that because we don't have a glow effect yet, and maybe we'll do that through the shader. I'm not sure yet. Load from save data. We definitely need this. All right, so if time left is greater than 0, then cast the spell, start the thing. And we don't need to do that. Otherwise, stop it and set is active to false. And this is going to be Enchanter's spell book save data. We should probably just go make that now. Why wouldn't I? Enchanter's spell crystals. Where is that? Crystals save data? What did I call that? I just deleted it. You think I would know. Here it is. Yeah. Okay, so active spell. This is going to be... Actually, we don't even need to know that it's active. We can tell from the timer. In fact, that's what we're doing, isn't it? Yes. So let's just delete them. Oh, no problem, Tech. As long as I can understand it, it's okay. All right. There we go. We don't need the enchanter for some reason. I guess because that's where spellbook was. This says crystals save data. This needs to be spell books. Spell book save data, I guess. Skeleseller server. We just need to add S6 and R for that. Wait, that doesn't make sense, does it? S4R. I'm not going to try to parse what's going wrong in my brain right now. I'm sticking to spell books. Means like a strict rule, pages folder, URLs folder. Are you asking like what is Storybook? Because Storybook is a React tool that people use to look at their, is there a thing I can show you? Yeah, to look at their UI components. So as an example over here on the left, you've got like a product card. You could click that and see what your product card looks like without having to go like make a new quick application that's just like, all right, let's see what product card is. You can change colors, you can change styles and everything. It's really, really nice. So in Godot, the question was basically like, okay, you've got this little chunk of UI. Can you just instantiate this into a scene and see what the buttons are like and see what the tooltips are like? And yeah, by default, no, but you could instantiate this into a scene if you wanted to. Can I ask how you set up your game to respect pixel art, resolution, scaling, camera snapping? Yeah, this stuff was nuts, Zibo. Nuts. I did not enjoy it. So here's what we did, and some of this stuff matters. Some of this will impact the actual game itself. So we have stretch mode turned to off. The reason being that when you expand the Skeleseller window, you can just see more of the game. So we're not stretching things, we're just showing you more of the world. In some games, that would give you an unfair advantage. Like in Diablo 2, if you could zoom out infinitely, you could see where all the monsters are. So you could shoot a spell like 3 screens away or something. But in Skeleseller, it's not a problem. And this is like what Stardew Valley does too. There's no real competitive advantage or anything, so it's okay to just do that. If you were to stretch it, by the way, you'd want the scale mode to probably be integer because pixel art doesn't really look good at arbitrary scales. We have the aspect ratio set to keep. And then what else is there? Camera snapping. We have it set to render to pixel coordinates. Not through this apparently though. Yeah, here it is. Snap 2D transforms to pixel is on, but not the vertices being at a pixel coordinate. And then there are a lot of other little things, I think. But yeah, let me know if that answers the bulk of it, I guess. C# better than C++ in your opinion? Or why have you programmed in C#? Thinking C++ seems more popular. I have never liked C++. And I think the main reason I don't like it is header files. I just do not like the idea of having like 2 files for one logical piece of code. And that alone is enough for me to just hate working with it. It's also a massive language at this point with like 40% of it that you just ignore completely because it's essentially out of date or not supposed to be used, but that needs to exist for backwards compatibility. But the reason is even simpler than that. Godot natively supports C#, and it was pretty much, when I made the decision, an option between like GDScript versus C#. So I ended up going with C#. Is this .NET 9? I don't know which .NET it is. I think it shows in our CS proj files though. .NET 8 apparently is what our target framework is set to. Yeah, to be 3. I guess technically it's already 2 then. All right, Enchanter spellbook save data better exist. Enchanter spellbook save data. So if I just press this, it should find it. Oh, is that why this thing was never used? Yeah. All right, what else? What else? What else? Probably a bunch of other errors somewhere. All right, did we get everything from this though? I think so. Maybe not the timer timeout thing. Where is that? No, I have not finished this. This is what we need. All right, so spell ID, we don't need that. We need is active equals false, and on spell expired. Invoke with the old spell. Why do we do that? Did it read this for the spell ID? I think we can just pass in the book. And oh, I already have this. Wait, what? Am I not calling it? I am calling it. So this is just the spell ID then. In which case, we might as well just pass in the book. Spell book. Which means then the enchanter needs to listen to this differently. This is not going to be on crystals anymore. We're going to have to change that. I know the build is super fast now, so thank you again, Dark, for finding that. Newer versions of C#, there's a lot of new syntax that makes it easier to program. Been going over the new features and syntax. It's been great. Oh, yeah, like the collection notation. Yeah, I have access to that. I don't know what's in .NET 9 that I would want to use. In fact, I wonder if we just look really fast. C# .NET.9. What's new in .NET 9? I might have looked at this. And I don't know if there's anything like super interesting. I'm just scrolling through this really fast to see. Params collection, lock. Yeah, I think I did look at this. I don't think there's anything like majorly important here. Yeah. Why did we create an ECS system over Godot? So I thought it was a more natural way of thinking about entities. A lot of times you have some shared behavior between two entities and you need to somehow like not duplicate it. So I just feel like with Godot's structure, you already have an inheritance structure built into Godot. So you have something like a node 2D, and then under that you have a sprite 2D. And sorry, this is the scene tree, not the inheritance structure. But I was concerned that I'd have something like a player, which inherits from, let's say, some kind of node 2D or an NPC or something like that. And then an enemy, which also might inherit from the same thing. And, or maybe some intermediate class there. And it's like we want some of their behavior to be the same, but not all of it. So we'd have to export that behavior to other components that then inject it into the parent, which in essence is kind of what our entity component system is doing. But I thought it'd be clearer doing that like this. And in the end, I'm not sure what would have been best, because there are other benefits from an ECS than just getting the behavior part of it. There could also be cache coherence, having your data all be next to each other in memory so that you load them all and handle it all at once. And we don't get that. Yeah. All right. I think we're done with Spell Crystal, and I think we can delete this. Yeah. All right. I'm going to get rid of this. Let's delete it. Let's delete it from here. So you're not using composition with subscenes component like the Godot way? We are in some cases, yeah. And actually, that's how our tooltip system works. So if you ever look at something like the skill tree, we have like this here. This is a tooltip on a label. The tooltip is just added as a component underneath this, and then it knows how to control its parent. So it actually modifies the parent directly. We could have done that stuff with with these subcomponents, I was just concerned that they would need to know exactly what the parent had in order to do that. And it just didn't make as much sense in my mind, but I'm sure you could make an entire game that way too. We're not also super thoroughly using the component system. It's mostly for battles. And then it's partially for the NPCs in the overworld, like workers and adventurers. Hey, go D. How's support for interfaces? I'm not expecting dependency injection, but a lot of modern C# uses very light inheritance, but much more interface implementation. So support for interfaces, I mean, we're just using C#, so you can still do whatever you want. And we do that sometimes. So like our enchanter den is an I building as it implements this interface. And yet it's also a Godot node at the same time. So there's no real problem with this other than the usual like names clash. You know, you have something like a get tooltip and it turns out there was already a get tooltip, but that's never not going to be a problem. What was I doing here? Oh yeah. We need to instantiate all of the books the right way. So this next inactive spell crystal is not a thing anymore. Delete that. The spell book save data is just going to pull this from the spell books, which I guess you start with all of these. So let's change this. Why did we do this? We saved them in order of 1, 3, 2. Whatever. It can't natively consume any interfaces. Those are all on you. Yes. At least if I'm understanding you correctly. Like, it's not going to be aware of your interface system. But in general, I don't think that should be a problem. Okay, so this was the list of spell crystals. Why did we get this? So that we could... Ooh, the max level. Okay. Maybe... Indeed. Maybe we should make it so you can build these books now. Kind of a dumb idea, though. I wonder how we're going to do this in the future. Like, do we have a linear progression of your spells? Or do you choose what you want? We should probably let you choose. Then we probably need to let you upgrade them in a certain way. All right. Yeah, let's delete this. So now we delete this. I think we already deleted it from the scene. I don't remember. No, we didn't. Just got to make sure it's not the mana crystal. Yeah, as long as you don't get rid of the mana crystal. All right, so now hovering over this, even this polygon needs to change. I guess you just hover over. Why can't I? Oh, that's fine. Delete, 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 delete. And just make it. Actually, it can be a little bit bigger than that. We can make it like this area. There we go. I know this isn't exact. I don't really care right now. That's traits. If that lands, we may see more of that using the engine. Traits like how C# has attributes. Okay, so this is now no longer needed. It's that number of speed spells. This was the bonus from this. So all we need to do is figure out if this thing is active. We could do it this way. We could get the customer book dot is active. And then make these same changes over here. Come on, AI. Don't make me type things. So now this concept of num speed spells is more like, I guess it's fine. Traits like Rust traits or Swift protocols, basically interfaces, but you can make classes you didn't define and implement them. It's been a long time since I've looked at Rust traits, and Swift I only used for like a week and struggled my way through the entire thing. So I don't fully remember. because at a glance, this sounds like, what is that thing called? Um, there are two different kinds of typing. What is it? Nominative typing or something like that, or nominal typing and prototypal. I don't know. I'm my brain is not in the right mode to process any of this right now. But also, I'm trying to balance all the context of deleting these spell crystals. So this now needs to go up here. And this is spell just cast or expired, which is going to take in a spell book now. And then we get the spell ID from here. All right. Clicked spell book. Yeah, oh man. All this stuff's gonna have to change, isn't it? Get max level, has reached max level. I guess we just say get max level is 1 and has reached max level is just if the current level is 1. This stuff probably shouldn't exist anymore. I wonder if we need to change the sign too. I gotta write that down. See if we need to change anything about the signpost. Does it save/load correctly? Does it just need to be a building sign as opposed to a build-in upgrade sign? I don't even remember what I called those. I'll look them up later. All right, get sign position. We don't need this. I think this is all inherited from iBuilding. Yes. And I don't think we need any of that now. Get current, get next sign, get cost of next upgrade. Yeah, I don't think any of this is needed. I think we just delete this entire thing. And then probably delete all of these things too. Delete, delete, delete. This came from that interface, right? Yep. Upgrade doesn't exist. Get next sign position doesn't exist. Get cost of next upgrade doesn't exist. That means that this doesn't need to exist. Enchanter upgrade costs 100, 200, 300. 100 was the cost of the building, I think. Yes. So we still need that to exist somewhere. Where do we have like other singular costs? Somewhere in this file. There it is. Okay. Public const long enchanter cost is 100. Okay. So we don't need that anymore. We don't need this. We don't need that. All right, loading from the save data. Now we get spell books from here. So we need to restore these correctly. And that's a little bit of a problem. Because we only want to restore it when the spell ID matches, and we don't even keep... Oh, we do keep track of spell books. Well, look at that. Isn't that nice? So we probably need like a get spellbook by ID. Did I not do this when it came to... No, I didn't do this when it came to spell crystals. Okay, well, I'll just make one really fast. Private spellbook. Get spellbook by ID. Should actually know how to write this. Yeah. All right, so now we get that from here. Spellbook equals that. Spell ID I. This should come from the save data, right? Oh, no, I don't think we do save this. Spellbook save data. Huh. I lost it. Oh, it's here. It doesn't have its own file name. And it's just time left. Okay, so we would need to save this as a dictionary over here. So the ID to the book. And I guess that would tell you if you've built the book eventually too. Yeah, maybe we should do that. I don't know if we do this anywhere else. So let's go take a look at that first. Game source save system. Game source save system. Search for dictionary. Yes, we do. All right, let's copy that. But then we need to pass in the dictionary here. I don't like that way of doing things. All right, so this is spellbook save data. Hey, Warner. I'm doing well. I am working on well, today has been all over the place, but currently I'm working on changing up the enchanting system in the game. We had this thing that you might have seen. So you would hover over a book here and you'd click it to cast a spell. And by doing so, it would fill up the course a crystal over here. So it's green because I clicked the green book. And it would take some of your mana would refill. This was pretty confusing for people because for one, we have the same general crystal graphic here and here, but these represent two different things. Two is that you could stack spells if you paid for more of these crystals. So you get up to 3 crystals, then you could cast like the green spell and the orange spell, or 2 of the same spell. This was all, like I said, a little confusing, but it accomplished a goal. So what we're going to change this to is just delete these extra crystals, and you will just click the book to cast a spell, and it'll make the book glow. So it'll be obvious that the book is currently active. And then you don't stack spells of the same type. You either have this one on or you have this off, and it costs you mana if it's on. And let me take a picture of this so that I don't ever lose this. There we go. Yeah, I think it's much more straightforward. And I think that's really going to help. Enchanters, book save data. Okie dokie. Find the rest of this. Can you add a circle around the book that shrinks to countdown? Yeah, I was thinking of something like that, like a glow effect or something. Or does it not have a timer? It has a timer. We need to implement that. And I have not done that yet. All right. So let's do this. This is spell ID and spell book save data. This is the spell. Oh, wait, no. That might work. Is that what we do over there? Int, yeah, we don't necessarily save it the way I was kind of thinking about it originally. Names of members should differ by more than case. What? Oh, whoops, yeah, I didn't see that I had that. Oh my god. I thought I deleted that already, so it was just gone in my mind. Okay, so now when we create this thing, we need a dictionary there. Spellbook save data is going to be a dictionary, which we have to construct the right way. See, this is where I want this thing to just do this for me. That's not even proper syntax. Let's see. So what do I want to do here? I'm going to do the same way we did for like all enemy data. It's new, and then curly braces, and then curly braces around each individual line. And then we have the spell ID. Customer spellbook.spell ID. What's the problem here? Oh, it's read only. Oh, right. Yeah, this needs to be a new dictionary that we pass in. Yeah, so maybe let's write this out. Spellbook save data dictionary. What in the world? Does that actually, this works? What is this syntax? It takes in 2 callbacks? Yeah, 2 functions. Key selector and element selector. Wow, cool. Yeah. And yeah, hey Malarius, are you full time in this? Yeah, I am. I've got this command and this command. So the crystal order in the save was just a random order. Was there a purpose? I think no, yeah, I think it was a random order. Because I think the purpose is how they were built, but they were actually built like this. Oh, maybe they showed up in the scene in that order. I'm not sure, but I don't think it mattered. And either way, we'll figure it out as we test this out. So I think we're good here. Let's keep going down in this file and figuring out more of what we need to do. So this is go through each of these. This is not something that has a count now. I want to iterate over it like this. For each spell ID, and then what's the thing? Enchanter spell save data. There we go. Load from save data. Get spellbook. Yep, cool. Cool. Technically, this can return null, so I'm not sure why. Oh, because we have an exclamation mark there. Yeah. We assume that it exists, I guess. And then for spell ID, spell just cast or expired. Why did we do this? Or expired. I see. So this updates everything. Oh, well, now we can just do that here. Oh, this took a spell book. No problem. No problem. All right, so it used to be you click a spell book and it would try to find an inactive spell crystal, and if there wasn't any, then it would mess up. Excuse me. Now it messes up if the spell's already active. So if spellbook.is active, then play the decline sound. Otherwise, subtract your mana, play the sound, make sure that it's active, which I think exists here. Yeah. Spellbook.cast spell. And then spell just cast on that. Not too shabby. Update crystals tooltip. Okay. So this would go through all of your spell crystals and get the books. Now we need, and get the spells. Now we need to go through all of your spell books. And active spell tooltip info. Okay. We'll take care of you with our subs until you're rich from Skeleseller. Thank you, Merkin. Yeah, I haven't made a push for subs in a very, very long time. And I don't know. I'm kind of just putting my head in the sand for now about this stuff. But I am trying to make Skeleseller as good as it can be, because I do plan on making money from that. Okay, so the problem here is this is active spell tooltip info, but we only actually care about the spells that are active. So I guess we just do a .where here. And then here we can just say the spell ID question mark. Yeah, spell ID, duration string. And then this would filter them out afterward, which we don't have to do anymore. And if they're all none, then we say that. That's kind of weird. If all SB dot is active. Yeah, cool. All right, mana text, that's presumably all the same. Then spell crystals, current level dot show. What is this? What is that doing there? I think this is a mistake. I think we were always showing all spell books. Maybe at some point we weren't, but yeah, I don't think this even needs to be called anymore. Oh, we don't even have a level anymore. This isn't needed. So this isn't needed. So whatever I was restoring about the level also isn't needed. Level. Yeah, delete this. Okay, whew, I think we're done with that. Now we have a couple of little things we need to fix up, but other than that, I think we're good. What does this return? Nothing, just the timer. And then this. Cast spells, save data to active spell. This is just spell ID. Okay, I think we did it. I probably didn't, so let's try it out. But subathon when? Never even thought about that, actually. Any kind of marathon sort of stream does not appeal to me. Cost functions doesn't contain a get cost of next enchanter upgrade. Yeah, so the enchanter sign needs to change. Okay, let's pull that from the tavern sign. The tavern sign is just a signpost, so this should just be a signpost. And it just has the initialization for this stuff, so there's no upgrade labels. So I think we can get rid of this. Town true cost labels. Build labels. Town true cost. This isn't cost function. This is game constants dot enchanter cost. And then new build labels. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Why is this not working then? There's no new. What is going on? Confused about this. Tactics, subathon started. Thanks to the resub. Welcome back, Tactics. Someone who's never done any save functionality. Saving seems to be very manual work. So I think the important part is it's really that you're serializing into the sort of minimum representation of your object. So as an example, the enchanter really has a mana crystal, these spell books, the NPC, it's got a position, it's got a million different things. But really all we need to save is how much mana do you have and how long do you have left on all of your spells. Because we already know the position's always going to be the same, the NPC is going to be the same, you get the same spell books. So that's probably why this seems a little bit manual, is because we have to flag where these things are. But then I think it's not too much. We have some classes to represent this stuff. And you could do this in a slightly different way. You could use attributes that will indicate on your properties themselves like what needs to be serialized. And we do that for some things, not for this stuff. I don't understand why this doesn't work. What if I just delete a character? I think this is wrong. But as mentioned, I don't exactly know yet. So there is a build function here, and this would call base.build. town.enchanter.den.upgrade. The enchanter den doesn't have an upgrade now. So what, this building always exists? Oh, I see. We just wouldn't add a crystal at first. I think a cost of next upgrade isn't needed. Okay, this isn't too shabby. I just still don't get this part. What is going on here? Town true, a cost. And then these labels. There's no target type for new string. And yet it's right there. I'm missing something so obvious. I don't know what it is. All right, well, whatever. Let's just try building. Maybe it'll reveal something to us. All right, enchanter sign doesn't contain a definition for reflect current building status. That is expected. That is coming from signs. 111. We don't need that. What else? Non-nullable fishing pond must contain a non-null value when exiting this. Fishing battle system. That's a different issue, but I only just noticed that now. And it does make this, so we can set this like this. Okay, what else? Enchanter den does not contain a definition for upgrade. We showed the sign. We don't need to do that. And yeah, it doesn't have an upgrade. Set up town for battle simulations. This is certainly not needed. Nor is this. Okay. Well, what remains? Because we're going to get this. And I think we have plenty of time. Yeah, it looks like it's building now. So why is all this red still? Is it gone? It's not gone. I want to reload this whole thing. Because I think it should be gone. And when the code doesn't agree with you, you just keep restarting it until it agrees with you. That'll change things, right? Yeah, it's not highlighted. Okay, let's try it out. So this is not going to visually match what I want yet, but let's make sure there are no errors. So far, no. I'll put this on my other screen. So now we cast, well, we need to look at a customer to know this is working. Okay, so pay attention to these. They're going to go 50% faster when I click this. Yes. Like I said, no indication that the book is actually cast, but if you hover over this, you can see shopping spree has 23 seconds. So we click this again, it should be making the bonk sound. Yeah. If I click this, it takes mana and makes these characters move faster. If I click this, it takes mana and gives you more loot. So now if we wait 7 seconds, the customers will move a lot slower. So pay attention, 3, 2, 1. And they slow down. Nice. All right, yeah. Looks like the whole system's working. That wasn't too bad. Actually, I had to reload VS Code anyway, so I am super happy just that the build is faster now. Okay, so what have we gotten done from all of this stuff? Oh, you know what we should do? We should save and see if that works. So I save and then I load and we should be at 93 mana or so. 90, 93, yeah. And then the sign is showing up. The sign definitely should not be showing up. So town, load from, save here. Should be the enchanter sign. Yeah, here it is. Create enchanter den. Doesn't this hide the sign? Oh, it shows it. Hide enchanter sign? There is no hide. Huh. I wonder where we hide this stuff then. We used to just get this. Hmm. Um yeah, I think I know what we have to do here. But where do we hide the other ones? And why is there no hide function in here? No, yeah, we just get the sign. What am I doing? I'm going nuts. Okay. So here. Signs.enchanter sign.hide. Okay. Turn out the sign was not aligned to the grid. Yeah, it didn't need to be when I was doing it. It needs to be when you're doing it though. Yeah, I'm gonna update the enchanter dialogues. Yep. All right, so I load. We still see the sign, which is problematic. I wonder why. Hang on 1 second. Okay. It's called base.build to have it hide and queue free. Oh, that handles itself automatically? The tavern doesn't. No, wait, the tavern does that. And this does that too. So this should, oh, this does hide it. Oh, so we don't need to do this. Oh, but that's only when you build from the sign. So what do we do when you build a tavern from the code? Load from save has tavern. Tavern doesn't do anything with a sign. So yeah, weird. We shouldn't need this here. But then why is it showing? Oh, I think I know what we have. It's because of this. Loaded from save. We don't need that. Any other thing about the enchanter sign? This should do whatever the tavern had done. Yeah, if it's null and show it. And the enchanter sign is not doing that. Okay, that's the problem. Pound.enchanter. Okay, let's try that. Load. We have our 93 mana and we have our spell books. Okay, I'm going to cast one of these. I need to wait until I have 120 mana. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay, so I'm going to cast this one, which is hopefully going to make it obvious that our workers are moving like super fast. We have 29 seconds. We're saving this. Then I'm going to load, and they should move just as fast as they were moving. Yeah. 25 seconds left. So I load again. Should be up to 28 again. And we can't cast the spell. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. All right. All right, so get rid of spell crystals, done. Get rid of the ability to upgrade the enchanter, done. When clicking a book, switch to the open book graphic. We haven't done that yet. And make the book glow. We haven't done that. Change the enchanter's text. Okay, let's go find the enchanter's text. Enchanter standby. Right, there are 3 of these. There's greeting 2, and greeting 3. Hi, I'm the enchanter. I can cast spells that will affect various parts of your town. Click one of the spell books to cast a spell. This takes mana from the rainbow crystal. You can have multiple copies of the same spell active at once. This requires multiple gray spell crystals, which cost money to build. Try casting a spell now by clicking the spell book. Yeah, so we could just say, click one of the spell books to cast a spell. This takes mana from the rainbow crystal. Maybe try casting a spell now by clicking the spell book. I'm not sure we even need this third piece of dialogue here. Because that was another problem with this is people just didn't really fully absorb the third thing, which I guess is an indication that we probably shouldn't have had the complexity we had. So hi, I'm the enchanter. I can cast spells that will affect various parts of your town. Click one of the spell books to cast a spell. This takes mana from the rainbow crystal. Try casting a spell now by clicking a spell. I don't like that. I should probably say the thing about mana being here. So click one of the spell books to cast a spell. This takes mana from the rainbow crystal. Spells cost mana, which come from the rainbow crystal. Click a spell book now. Click a spell book now to try casting a spell. Yeah, I think that's all that's needed. And then we just delete the third thing and it just goes back to standby. Although then we can change this, I guess. So now this took only one thing in. Yeah, and then we just delete this altogether. Well, we got to do this too first. Reveal, delete, delete. Reading 3 from the enchanter. Any other instances of greeting 3 existing? No, they're all for different characters. Those strings will now be automatically translated. No, I haven't used any of the new functions, and all that stuff is made through code. I don't want to tackle that yet because we already have so much that we need to tackle for that. I do eventually want to get to the point where we're doing it as we go, but I have only an hour. In fact, I should write that down. Get this to work with translations. Let me bump the save version before I forget. Save version, save version. Here. There's currently 4. Let's set it to 5. So now if you load the game, it's going to say it can't load your save file. At least I think it says that. Unsupported save file version. Yeah, sorry, save files from older versions won't be supported. Yep, cool. What? That didn't make the sound it should have made. Oh, wow, because of this? Cannot open file spell crystal. What's even trying to load that? What is this? What is that doing there? This shouldn't even use it. This just has a mana crystal, right? Which mana crystal is not a spell crystal, is it? No, it's different. Huh. What was the reason for going with C# over GDScript? I've got a little note about this there, Heidian. It's not super compelling, but basically just GDScript has taken a long time to get to the point that it's at, and I still don't feel like it's fully mature yet, but it's getting there. But yeah, having hot reloading from GDScript would have been great. It's too bad I don't have that. Yeah, that's because of the highlighting thing. Man, that sucks. Hoping we can fix that at some point. Spell crystal. I want to go delete this scene. Although I'm still not totally sure why this is even trying to. Oh, because of our loading thing, and because we deleted the C# script. Okay, so then hopefully this works now. Do you have your VS Code set up for Godot in the notes? I think I do. If you go to C# in Godot and look at, do I have it in here? Yeah, some of it at least. I'll link this note, but if you have any other questions, yeah, the extensions, yeah, I'll show you. I use C#, C# dev kit, and then Godot tools. And those are the only 3 that I think I use for this. Well, only 3 that I use specifically for this. Like I use things like syntax highlighting, whatever. Atom One Dark Pro. Hey, Jedi Potato. C# IntelliSense is good. I'm using Copilot, and I think Copilot's getting better and better. Like it was a noticeable improvement when they did the predictable or predictive edit location. Having considered using C#, would you recommend it coming from C# and working with it professionally? Yeah, I would. I think the only real downsides are there's no profiler for C# from Godot. So you need to use Rider or Visual Studio, which if that's not a problem for you, then that's not a problem for you. That's not going to matter too much. The other is no hot reloading unless you have a tool that does it, like Godot does it for GDScript. And there is a way to do it for C#, but it just seemed very unreliable for me. And what else? Oh yeah, most people use GDScript, so searching needs to use the GDScript way of doing things. The most obvious one of these is like you'll have a C# function written like this, and you need to search for it in what is a snake case. And if you do try searching for this, you'll find like almost nothing because almost everyone's using GDScript. But yeah, those are pretty minor downsides, I'd say. And in exchange, the upside is you get just a fully fleshed out language that's already used for other things. Oh wait, there is one other downside, which is no web export right now. They're working on it. But if you write a game in GDScript and then publish to the web, you can do that. If you write a game in C#, you cannot publish to the web. So this is not a big deal for certain people. Like when I was making the prototype of this game, I definitely wanted it to be on the web so that people didn't have to download anything. You could just click run game. So I did this in GDScript. But then when I started making the game, I'm like, I don't really care if it's on the web or not. Like I'm going to sell it on Steam. Would the IntelliSense get you the documentation? I'm not sure exactly what you mean, but you could have it write documentation for you. Like I could do something like this. Not that. I want to do this. Actually, no, let's put it on Game Saver. Sorry. Write documentation for this class. So if this is what you're talking about, you can do this. I mean, it just deleted the entire class for some reason. It did write it out, but it also deleted everything. Thought Godot tools was strictly for GDScript. I don't really use that anyway. It's for looking at scenes and stuff. I just never really load that. But I don't think I knew that there was good C# tools for Godot. C# tools for Godot. Debugger and utilities for working with C# project. Really? Features debugging, launch game directly. I already do that. Additional code completion for node paths, input actions, resource paths, scene paths, and signal names. That's pretty good. Huh. Yeah, I didn't know about this. Oh, last release was in 2001. Where's their GitHub? Well, it's not a GitHub. Thought that would link to the releases page on GitHub. Well, the README was updated recently. Yeah, it's not even supported for Godot 4. Okay, well, yeah, it wouldn't even work for me. I would give you methods, overloads, and information. Oh, documentation? I mean, I do that just by navigating to the function. So like, let's say I don't know what init does. I just press F12 on it. And now I'm looking at the function. This doesn't have a comment, so it wouldn't tell me anything, but yeah. Delete the class and write this is an empty class. It's learning. It's doing better than humans are. You got your nephews hooked? I haven't played Wukong. I heard it's a really good game. I'm, for whatever reason, not interested in a lot of new games right now. Although I have been thinking about the Switch 2 a lot lately. Like, what would the next Zelda game have to look like? Because the last Zelda game was not very good, in my opinion. I liked it well enough. I'm talking about Echoes of Wisdom, by the way. I liked it well enough at first. I'm like, okay, this is decent, but I got about halfway through and I just did not care to continue. And I think it was like there's like a massive UI slog in that game. Like, hey, you want to pick an echo? Here's a list of 40,000 echoes. Good luck finding the one you want. The one before that, Tears of the Kingdom, fantastic. So this is the kind of game I'm looking forward to next. And all the other first party games, Mario, Smash, probably a Mario Kart game, something like that. I'm a sucker for Nintendo games. What can I say? Look at C# IntelliSense. You'll see what I mean. IntelliSense. Oh, IntelliCode for C# Dev Kit. All right, let's see. Oh, this is sort of like Copilot. Well, at least that feature is. Yeah, I think this is mostly what I'm already doing. Like if I type add, I can see all the different things that are here. I feel like that's already included in what I need. It'll be years before Larian even says a peep about the next Divinity game. But you've got Skeleseller coming up, Filkir. That's the only game you should ever need. Well, I can't say when it's coming up. All right, bump save version. We've done that. See if we need to change anything about the signpost. So we did this. I think it's working, but I should save and then load. So it doesn't show because I haven't beaten the boss. I need to go beat. Wait, what am I doing? All right, so there's a sign. Now we save and load, and the sign should still show. Good, cool. All right, done with that. Change spell data to add a glow color. Change the enchanter's text to fit the new world of casting spells. Now that it's been a little while, let's see. Am I happy with that? Hi, I'm the enchanter. I can cast spells that will affect various parts of your town. Spells cost mana, which come from the rainbow crystal. Click a spellbook now to try casting a spell. Yeah, okay, so that's a much simpler intro. You click it, it casts a spell. So now we just need this to glow. The easiest thing to do would be to use the fish shader. So let's go add a shader to this. And we'll load in the glowy fish shader. And then I guess just run this. And then we just parameterize the color that it glows. Like now when I build this, it should just be glowing cyan. It is not, which is a little surprising that it's not. Yes, more than a little surprising. Why isn't it showing? Or maybe it is and it's hidden under, no, it can't be hidden underneath it. The broken textures in the editor are gonna happen. It has to do with this shader showing. If we could turn off the shader in the editor, then we wouldn't have that problem. I wonder if we can do that. There might be a way. Maybe what we could do is anytime you have, I don't know. Do you have some efficient method to find leaked instances of objects at game scene or exit? There's a print orphan nodes or something like that, some function like that. You would call this before exit to figure out what do you have in memory that you have no reference to in your scene tree. That should be all it really takes. And I do that occasionally, that process. Then Godot prints some leak information itself too. But sometimes there are Godot problems and sometimes there actually are problems. I am not sure what's going on. I don't know why this wouldn't render anything. Huh. What is happening here? This is a node 2D. Oh my god, that's why. I'm being stupid is why. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of that. We need to put it on the spellbook sprite. Yeah. Oh, it already has the outline shader. Oh, darn it. This is not going to be easy, huh? Oh, man. Can it invoke shell commands in the operating system? You mean the editor? Yeah, it should be able to. The game itself, it's just based on whatever the game does. Yeah, outline and glow. I know I'm probably gonna need to do that. 1 mega shader. I'm not happy about that. I mean, there are other things we could do. We could make like a glowing book sprite and then swap them out. Okay, well, for laughs, let's just swap this with the glowy fish shader. And let's see what that looks like. Save and load. This brings us to problem number 2, which is that this looks bad. But this is actually almost exactly the effect that I want. And actually having it glow like it's just a square isn't too bad. Let's change the shader for a second and just increase this to 20. I want to see what happens when it covers the crystal. Did it change automatically? No. That's not 20. Oh, it's set to... No, let's just increase that. Why is this not updating dynamically? It should be. I'm impressed how quickly it compiles and reloads. Well, that wasn't compiling anything. I'm just changing a scene file there. Well, I guess the shader was technically compiling, but it's just the shader, which is pretty quick. Okay, so this does render on top of that, I guess. And it looks a lot better when I just set the line width higher. Yeah, I think it's rendering on top. I want to set this to like way higher than it currently is. Let me just set this to 50 and set this one to 35. We should probably move that crystal. Yeah, I agree. We probably need a couple of different things in this scene. Okay, I'm confused. Oh, I know what's going on. It's not, the size of this doesn't matter at some point. What matters is that distance attenuation. So I could have this set to infinity and it would still look the same because it's going to stop at that point. Okay, so the question is, does this look good? Imagine that the colors actually match the books. And I think it's pretty good. Same thing we use for the fish, which is, I mean, not the greatest, but it's not that bad. Yeah, okay. All right, so then we need to we need to do a couple of things. We gotta put this back to using the outline shader. So maybe we can just Command Z a bunch of times. Yeah, that was easy. And then we need, I think the easiest way to do this, and this is rather unfortunate, is to add another node that will get this shader. But that won't actually work, will it? Because the node would need to have a texture so it can have UVs. I always need to change the shader. Or we put 2 shaders into the same file, basically. Shaders just become a mess of parameters at that point. I think they've just got to become a mess of parameters. I don't know what else we would do. All right, well, let's make a new scene really fast. Godot kind of sort of has its own shader language. It's basically GLSL with like a couple of different things. All right, I'm gonna add a spell book under here. spell book. And then we're going to edit this and give this the shader that I want. So glowy fish. And then glowy fish is going to be modified so that we get this in here. And then we use this instead of our cyan color. All right, there we go. Now I should be able to change the color. Yeah, so if I make this pink, for example, we should see it glowing pink. Yeah, nice. All right, so I want it to glow the color of the book, which is, let's pick the orange one. That sounds pretty obvious and very bright. All right, color of that is there. We're gonna just paste that into here. And then, I don't know, run this scene. Can't do that without changing the scale, or else we won't be able to see anything. Then I guess just move the spellbook to the side. There. All right, run, delete me. That's not pink. Or orange, I mean. What happened? First of all, this is blue. Edit region. Oh, hey, there we go. Can we just move this? Nope. All right, I mean, that'll mostly work. That's set correctly. Hasn't really only been 2 hours. I was streaming in the morning for something like 3.4, 3.5 hours, something like that. And then I stopped for lunch. Hey, Allie, how you doing? Happy Friday. This is not working. And I'm still not sure what I'm doing wrong here. Did I save this? It's taking line color. Line color should be what we're defining right there. Yeah. Source color. Line color.rgb. Yeah, I don't see a problem with this. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And we can see it glowing here in the correct color. So possibly something. No, I'm not sure. All right. Well, we could try changing it in the game and see if that does anything differently. So paste this in again. Set the line width to like 20. Oh, I can't even set it to 20. Didn't I make this change? Oh, I'm modifying the wrong thing now. I'll modify this. Okay, let's try that one. I'm gonna figure this out. Okay, something is miserably wrong. Oh, this is using the wrong shader. Oh my God, seriously, that whole time? There. Click the glow shader and expanded the outline one again. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I still don't get it. Why is that not orange? What am I doing wrong? Glowy fish shader. This uses line color right here. Line color is defined up there. Oh, maybe it's not overriding it correctly. Oh, no. I was gonna say we do something through code, but we don't for this. All right, out of curiosity, okay, let's set this to 0.2. Is it gonna make this look grayish? Because if so, at least we know that it's just not using the one from the editor. I just wouldn't know why it's not using the one from the editor. Let's really just have it load the game by default. I don't even think it's doing that. So I don't know what it's doing. I think it's almost like it's set through the editor to be white, but it can't be because this is not white. Huh. Maybe, maybe, I think I know what might be happening. I think the shader itself is probably overwriting this somewhere. No, I don't know. All right, I give up. We disable the expand and set it to true on start to not see broken textures in the editor. Yeah, I wonder if we can do that automatically through a script, because if we're gonna have a script on this anyway, we could do something like what Kevin did for the max size container. This has a bunch of stuff that checks if you're in the editor. So it says if engine is editor hint. So what we could do is we could possibly do something like if we're in the editor, just turn off expand. And that way we don't need to do anything too special. As long as it doesn't get saved that way. I am still just so baffled here. All right, let's try something else. How about this? Let's do vec3 RGB. Okay. So that is just pure red. If it doesn't look red somehow. Yeah, okay, it's definitely red there, which is cool. Demonic books now. So then it's just using the line color that's wrong. I just don't understand how this could be wrong. Maybe we're using the wrong components of the line color. It should just be the RGB though. Yeah, I just don't see. It does get saved? Okay. Yeah, then I guess that wouldn't work. What is happening? Where is that white color coming from? Maybe they're getting saved individually. Yeah, okay, that's probably what's happening. I think I know now. Yeah, it's this. They get overridden in here, I bet, but I don't know why. Like if I choose this to be editable and then modify the book sprite to have a different material here. No, this is set to orange still. What? I'm gonna just set it to pink. Just see what happens. It's working in the editor. Then we get here and it's not working. Maybe they're all using the same shader underneath. That could be what's happening. What if I say it's already set to local to scene? I don't get it. Huh. I don't get this at all. This should be like the easiest possible thing to do. and it looks correct in the editor. If I go to the Enchanter Den, I mean, I know the graphic looks wrong, but you can see pink and then orange and then orange. Why is it showing a white when I launch the game? What would even be different? And it's, as far as I can tell, line color is somehow set to white. But we shouldn't have anything else even trying to set this thing. Shader parameter, that's not white, and that's the only place where this thing exists. Yeah, none of these should matter. Is that the only sprite associated? There are 3 different books within the same atlas texture. Oh, I know what's happening. Oh my God. Okay, this is really, really okay. I know what's going on. We have this thing, outline holder, and this passes in a node with a shader, and then this has a script that sets the line color to white. Yeah, right there. Okay, well. Yeah, if we just turn this off, then we'll see the colors that we actually expect. This is why this is all messed up. So we can't have shader parameters that happen to have the same name too. We got to be careful about that. Did they? Yeah, nice, cool. Okay, so that's what our orange book would look like when it's cast. This was the only reason I did any of this. Does that look good? because I'm not actually sure I want it to be orange when it's cast. I like this. I like there being a little bit of contrast. Like a maybe this is more pink than purple, but maybe more of a purple color there. And the green one could be like a mm, maybe a dark green for that. I don't know. But the orange one would be like a yellow color even. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, getting all that to work is going to be pretty obnoxious. I think I got to change enough with the shaders where it's not worth doing right now, maybe. And we had to revert the outline shader on this. Yeah. All right. So this has a line color. That's fine. Expanding this is also fine. Starting this at 10 is fine. I don't know. We can increase this to 20, let's say. It should probably just always be set to 20. Okay. So yeah, glowing is a no-go for right now, I think. We can mostly reuse the fish shader for this, but we also need an outline. So we need one shader to do both things. It's just going to be so annoying. Yeah, a second sprite with a glow. We could have like the open spell book as its own sprite, and that has the shader. If we're going to use an open book sprite anyway, then we can put the glow shader on that one and not allow it to be outlined. I think it's just combine the shaders. Yeah. All right, well, this part's done. Spell color for the glow. Yeah, this needs to be done too. All right, so the only remaining tasks are these four. Just move them. I don't I don't think I have the energy to do that right now. It's not necessarily hard, it's not gonna be fun. So I think what we'll do for the next like half hour or so is just some organization stuff. I want to file some of these issues that I've had here. Yeah. Also, I kind of want to figure out next week a little bit. Like, I do want to spend a little bit of time over the weekend and take care of some of these remaining tasks. Maybe spend like 4 or 5 hours on coding. But what should I do on Monday? Because I think the big things are either the farming system, perks for the enchanter, perks for the slime. I don't think these even be hard to do. Oh, try out item stacking. Yeah, let's do that. I want to stash pretty much everything. I'm worried about this going wrong. Maybe what I should do is commit this because all we're missing is the glow. Yeah, I should probably commit this. All right, so spell crystal still exists somehow. It should not, and I don't know why it does. Spell crystal was different from mana crystal, but they both inherited from something. This inherits from enchanter crystal. Yeah, I don't know why this exists still. I deleted it. I'll delete it again. Maybe it was when I pressed Command Z a bunch of times. Oh, well, that was definitely gone. All right, so the line color of the fish shader, technically we don't need to check that in because it's not used by anything. Oh, in fact, we probably just broke fish by doing that. Yeah. Yeah, fine, I'll delete this for now then. And yeah, this too. Okay, so what is actually needed to be checked in? What is this doing here? This shouldn't be here. And this shouldn't be here. Which means that the number of load steps needs to go back down to 11 now. And then something is using that shader, presumably. Yes, this. Okay, go away. Let's save that and make sure it still loads in the editor. Delete this. Delete me. Where's the enchanter den? Yeah. Careful with manually changing the load steps. I think it's okay, because I think if you mess it up, it'll just say that it can't process it. Like if I set this to 110 and try to load this, I think it'll just say it can't load it. Oh no, it just changes it for you. No, it doesn't change it for you. Oh, weird. I wonder why that's even there. Doc Hard, thanks for the resub. Welcome back. All right. Let's keep going with this. So collision polygon changed. Spell book. What is going on there? I think I randomly changed that to something else. The UID changed of that. That's okay, I guess. Did I add any new scripts? I don't think so. No, I didn't. All right, enchanter cost looks good. Fishing pond is null. Oh, that should be checked on its own. Fishing battle system. Big slinting issue. Okay, good. Good. This is a nice, a little benefit. We got rid of some code from here. We're probably going to end up adding it back through some other means, perks or something like that. But yeah, actually, we got rid of a lot of code from there. Yeah, this is pretty good. Pretty good. Got rid of 64 lines. State machine got easier over here to understand. That got simpler. Everything got simpler. Why is this file open? What does it even think changed in here? Oh, maybe nothing? Oh, yeah. I hadn't saved it. Yep. This stuff all came from somewhere else. To do make this glow. Yeah, I need to do that. I'll just delete it. It's tracked in GitHub, so I don't need to also track it through code. We have around 1,000 extra lines of code. Yep, that's it. Just 1,000. All right, got rid of the sign stuff. Nice. Cool. Yep. Reading 2 changed. This changed. Yep. Ooh, cool. Okay, cool. So get rid of spell crystals. The books themselves are now the source for enchanter spells. This is part of 8.13. This is part of 8.13. Note that the books don't glow yet when they've been cast. I think pretty much everything else should work there. All right, so commit that, and I guess push it, and then go check out Kevin's thing. PR list, check out 8.14. Can you go to the URL from here? View? Oh, cool. This implements a new player ability, town perk, item stacking. In a nutshell, items now have a quantity. They can stack up to a quantity of 3 based on the level of the ability. When the player drops stacked items on a destination and can't accept the full stack, player will end up with the remainder still held. When workers drop stacked items and the destination cannot accept the full stack, worker will end up with the remainder and transition again to drop it off. Loot from battles that goes to the ground is automatically stacked. Loot from battles that goes to warehouse will try to stack on existing displays first. Okay, cool. Let's try this out. So that I don't forget, let's do reload here. And let's take a look at game.csproj for any changes I make. Rendering builds are set to false. So then Kevin must rebase this. Okay, then let's just try running it. Probably through Godot. Man, why has it got to do that? Just close all these things and then revert these. Okay, item stacking. Oh, right. It's not going to do anything until I upgrade the perk. Neat. Let's give ourselves some money. Click this. And whoop. Oh, I see. Wait a second. What? This must have been rebased before I fixed this? Hey, Dracus. The coding's going pretty well. I think there's been really steady progress. And now we're testing out one of Kevin's changes here. So this change allows items to stack. You can see that some potions are now sort of glued to each other. And if I drag these over here, you can now sell them in stacks of 2. And when customers buy them, they'll spend 6 gold instead of 3 gold. Only rebase the fishing stuff. Gotcha. And if we upgrade this one more time, I'm gonna turn off those sounds. That's the sound of items disappearing. All right, so now you can stack up to 3 items at a time. I see how this works. So if there's already 1 item on the ground and another 1 drops, it won't stack with the one that was already on the ground. I think that's fine because you'll have the warehouse anyway. So they'll go to your warehouse and they'll stack there no matter what. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. All right, so I'll try feeding the garbage slime. Okay, that's a problem. The tooltip says 3 gold, but if I drop it on here, oh, it is 3 gold. Okay, well, that's a problem. The garbage slime needs to be updated to know that there's a quantity here. Yeah. But the tavern probably works. So we're going to drag 3 potions onto here. Nice. I want to see what happens when we drag this. So this should keep 1 on my cursor. And now when I try putting the 2 over here, a customer should buy that for 6 gold. I want to see them purchase this. Nice. Yeah, this in the warehouse changes are going to be great. 9, 3G each. Okay, so what happens when we have shiny loot? Now it says 12, 4G each, 3G base, 1G from shiny loot. Yeah, and what if we only have 1 item there? Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, cool. I like that. All right, so now let's try over here with the fishing pond. So we currently have 2 fish in the pond. We drag this down here. We're still gonna have 2 because we need to put 41 more gold worth of stuff in there. Let's grant some more items. So now 32. Wait, did I say that right? 32, 23. Then 13. No, sorry, 14. 5. Yeah, so now if I put in just 2 potions, it should be enough to give me another fish. Yes, good. And do workers automatically do that? Turn that on. Start a battle. We need to actually beat a fish. We have no shiny fish. I want shiny fish. 6 ads in a row. Yeah, I think Twitch has gotten a little out of hand with this stuff sometimes. Thought we should put the accumulated value in the tooltip when in debug. Wait, when in debug only? I think even if you're not in debug, I think this is pretty nice. Yeah, we have a shader on the fish. I just don't have the ability to get shiny fish because I haven't upgraded this. But if I upgrade it, I'll show you what it does. So there, we fully upgraded it. Now we need some fish. I should probably upgrade the maximum number of fish as well, huh? There we go. Let's drag one of these on here. Where are the shiny fish? There's only a 25% chance that they show up. And I don't remember if this branch has the shader stuff. Did I even check that in? I probably checked it in. Thought we should put that. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yes, you are right. That is a good idea. Although, by the way, so that you know, you can right click to fill the pond with fish. Oh, hey there. The shiny fish do exist. Okay, so you see them glowing there in the water? That's the glowy fish thing. And those fish are worth 2 scales instead of just 1 scale. So if I leave the battle right now, I've gotten 14. Yeah, let's write this down. Kevin's suggestion, show the accumulated. We should probably show it to even players. Show the accumulated extractor value somewhere. Maybe players should see it. But even if they can't, we should probably be able to see it when in debug mode. Just notice the ortholinear split keyboard. Yeah, it's a corn. I like it a lot. Yeah. Holy cow, look at that. 315 gold. It's worth so much money. Let's do this and this. Yeah. Wait a sec. Wait a sec. I take care, Jackus. Hope you have a good weekend. The item stuff. Where is it? Fly functions. I want to set the minimum duration to 10. I think something looked strange as the item was in transit, but I'm not positive. Oh god, I keep forgetting how to upgrade item stacking. Invalid operation, that's been fixed. Hopefully I didn't like totally break anything for good. Oh god, it looks like it did. All right, now we grant some items. We put this over here. No, it looks fine. Yeah, looks fine. Okay, what about over here? Yeah, cool. Only in the amount that gets added flies, is that it? That might have been it. Yeah, I did not test that part, I guess. Let's do that. So we put 2 armors. Do I have the thing that'll even let me do this? No, I don't. All right, so let's put 2 cloaks over here and then try dragging 3 cloaks over there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Drat. Uh-oh. What happened here? That's not good. We'll call it this. Will accept item. Line 173 in item display. So what, current item is null? No, not current item. Wait, what's not set? The town isn't set? That's weird, of all things. Oh, wait, oh, that's because of a different bug, though. That's because we threw an exception. And then probably, yeah. Okay, never mind. This is caused by the issue that I think I fixed. I think we need to rebase this on the main. Yeah, because we have a bunch of errors in the console right now that I just completely ignored. And maybe that's what caused this. Like, I hit grant most things when I had a shop, so it probably couldn't make the rest of the item displays. Anyway, I gotta go pretty soon. So let me write this down at least before I forget. Note, this does not work with the garbage slime. It still offers the value of one item regardless of how many you give it. And I know Kevin already knows about this. I just want to write this down. Then I wanted to look at, so this is fine. Let's go back to main, but I should write that down for the weekend maybe. Look at this. Review the item stacking PR. Yeah. All right, I want to figure out Monday a little bit here. So what are the biggest things that we still have to do that we want to test? I guess I already named all three of them. Is there anything else? Oh, adventure progression for sure. And rare items. Stacking, localizing. Yeah. I think it's those things. I think those are the most important things. Let me write these down. Most important tasks. Farming, perks for the slime and enchanter, adventurer progression. And I think there was one other one. Oh, rare items. Oh man, I'm really torn on this idea for skilled gems or whatever. I don't know. I don't know this. Did we even write this down? Did we write it? Add skill gems to the game. I'm a bit concerned about people missing this. Rare items. I mean, as long as I'm doing this, we might as well write them all out, right? Farming. Perks for the enchanter and the slime and progression. You need to reset that branch. We'll finish time. Gotcha. Okay. Make sure the slime code is there. This. All right, so I think all of these are important, and I don't think anything's more important than anything else. Maybe farming is more important. But I'm not sure farming is even that interesting. And I think that's what we'd be testing is, do people like it? Man. Yeah. All right. I think that's got to be it. I should probably get going pretty soon. Am I shortchanging everybody on watching me make this game? Not really. I tried to aim for 6 hours and I took almost no breaks today. Yeah. Okay, so on Monday, just tackle one of the most important tasks from the roadmap below. Then I think after this stuff is all done, which I'm going to estimate is going to be like 2 or 3 weeks, I think then we got to start stabilizing again and push for people to do UX studies after that. Stabilize after that, and then do some UX research. All right, yeah, I'm going to go find someone to raid. Excuse me, because I got to get going. I haven't raided Toulouse in a while. Let's raid Toulouse. All right. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being great. I will be back on Monday. And we're just going to continue with whatever system is most important then. Yeah, so I hope you all have a good weekend. Again, thanks for watching. And see you on Monday.